Hello everybody, Tallara here, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We just finished helping out Solus, as you remember, and checking in with him, but there was still a ton more to do in the Exalted Plains area, so I'm heading back to the war table now. We can check in with our war council, see what they've been up to in the meantime, and then I want to head back to the Exalted Plains and get to questing in that area because it was quite large and there were a ton of quests to do, including other companion quests. Vivian's companion quest is actually also in the Exalted Plains, so we'll be able to kill many birds with one stone. But first, let's see what the crew has been up to. First, we have a report about the College of Magi. It took the exchange of several favors, but Duke Sandral eventually agreed to intervene with his forces and guard the College of Magi's gates from the crowds. My ambassador toured the college and assures me that the refugee mages there are most grateful for the Inquisition's actions. They sent to us what artifacts were present, though whether they are what the Venatori sought is uncertain. The Duke himself is pleased at our handling of the situation. Perfect. Sounds like an all's well that ends well sort of situation. Happy to hear we could resolve that. Next we have Judgment, the Death of Good Sir Ruth, a report from Liliana. She says, with our aid, Warden Ruth was able to locate a particularly deep enclave of Darkspawn, and she did enough damage to disperse it. They tell me her body was found next to the corpse of a broodmother, although no one had seen one prior. Sir Ruth's body was recovered and burned in accordance with Ferelden tradition, and the ashes sent to a chantry to be interred. All will know of her sacrifice. Well, sounds like a good end for Sir Ruth, as good as circumstances could warrant. She went out in a blaze of glory and is being properly remembered for that, so that's good. Finally, we have the Measure Veil Strength quest, which we were doing on behalf of Solus. He says, Inquisitor, the experiment was a success, and these readings are remarkable. By overlaying the relative strength of the Veil over maps of Orlais and Ferelden, I have extrapolated points where small rifts are more likely to develop. This should let us deploy Inquisition forces more wisely, while still protecting people who would otherwise be threatened by demons. In addition, I have located one node of possible interest in the hinterlands, a very large rift that is not yet opened. It may be worth investigating the area. So we will absolutely keep that in mind the next time we go back to the hinterlands. So, before we head out, we will get our advisors doing some more things. Let's do reparations for Redcliffe. A letter has arrived, stamped with the seal of Redcliffe. As the Inquisition has assumed responsibility for the Mage Rebellion, the Arling of Redcliffe holds you accountable for the losses suffered by our people while providing hospitality to your mage allies. A freehold in Rainsphere was burned to the ground when a mage inside lost control of his abilities. 2 farms outside Redcliffe Village suffered crop loss and structural damage due to frost spells, and 5 people in Redcliffe Village were injured by lightning spells cast by panicked children. I trust this matter can be concluded without the involvement of the Crown. From Arl Tegan. The Josephine says, I can arrange to pay reparations. It will require a loan, but we can manage it. Matters of state are best left to Josephine, and this is the negative of taking the mages in as allies. We are now responsible for their actions, and I want to make good on that, so we will let Josephine do what needs to be done and pay for any damages. Next, we have diverting soldiers in the Frostbacks. A letter delivered by messenger bird. My name is Sister Paulette. My sisters and I have been accompanying a handful of injured Inquisition soldiers through the Frostbacks. As they are no longer able to fight for the Inquisition, they wish to return to their families in Ferelden. These are strange times, and many seek the solace or forgiveness of loved ones. Unfortunately, that peace may never come. A band of Abar, refusing to see reason, have pinned us down. We have taken refuge in a cave and are holding them off as best as we can, but I do not know how long we can last, sorry. I understand this bird is trained to return to Skyhold. I pray it is so. We need aid. And then a note in Cullen's hand follows. Soldiers dispatched from Skyhold itself will not reach them in time. We should have men near their location. We send a party to pursue a group of Red Templars we suspect of moving captured civilians to one of their Red Lyrium mines. A swift bird might reach the party, allowing them to go to the Sisters' aid. However, we would likely lose the Templars' trail. So if we use Cullen, he says no one wants to make this call, but if the Red Templars to escape, okay, we got a little bit of a typo there, more people will be harmed. So we have to choose between finding the Red Templars or helping these people, and Colin says we should focus on the Red Templars. It is obviously very hard to choose. The other option would be choosing the soldiers through Josephine, but she's currently busy. And as much as it pains me to do so, I am going to allow Cullen to make the call here.
Inquisitor.
And these soldiers are going to have to fend for themselves, which is difficult, but that comes with being a leader. Sometimes you have to make difficult decisions. Finally, we're going to do this quest here. Power for a Price. A formal document with impeccable filigree. It is time. The Inquisitor commands a small kingdom. It is time to exercise the weight of her influence. There remain uninvolved and uncommitted lords and ladies, bands and earls. Where they could not be engaged with plight or passion, they can be compelled through mercenary means. There must be a display. Make it known that the Inquisition has weight and the boons, and the dispensations of the powerful will be open to you. Thereafter, she need not curry influence. She can simply buy it. From the esteemed Ferris, the representative. Liliana says, do not display. We will show your reach by simply being where it is most beneficial. And I like that. We don't need to have lavish displays of power and wealth. We can show our reach by, yeah, being in the right place at the right time. I think that's a great idea. And so we will leave Liliana to do that.
Let's see what we have.
Alright, with all of our crew reorganized, we are going to head back to the Exalted Plains. Alright, so here we are in the Exalted Plains, and as you can see, this place is absolutely huge, and we've got a ton of quests. So let's just pick the one closest to us, which is Lay Rest the Western Ramparts. Pits are piled with bodies, attracting spirits and causing undead to rise. So we need to fix that. To make matters worse, the pits are protected by magical barriers, preventing anyone from reaching the dead to burn the remains. Once all the bodies are burned, a signaling horn will alert Gaspard's troops that the undead threat to the ramparts has been dealt with. So, we will start today's adventures with zombies.
Nothing to report, sir.
As I'm heading to the pits, I see a broken and burned down house, and it looks like there may be a quest in here according to the minimap. Oh god, this one book survived the destruction of the house. A Father's Guidance, Rygard. I'll be gone by the time you get back, heading to Lides. Join me as soon as you can. I've left some supplies in the hollow of the old tree, the one near the ruin. It should be enough to pay someone to take you to the city. Be safe, Father. So, I guess if we find a hollow of an old tree, we will take a look in and see if we can find some loot. In the meantime, this is the way to where all the dead bodies are. The landmark right here. Memorials of the Second Exalted March, Demetrius's End. Remember Lord Demetrius Aeron, the only one of Andraste's champions to fall. The forces of the Exalted March met the elves upon the field. Our numbers far exceeded theirs. The champions, kind and fair, gave the elves a chance for peace, but the elves would not lay down their arms. They slew Lord Demetrius in their charge. Make her take him to his side. Okay, this must be the first pit coming up, because I see an aura of magic around it. Oh yeah. We've got ourselves an arcane horror here as well. We don't just have zombies, we've got demons. The whole shebang. No harm, no foul, though. Wait. Except for that one guy right there. Alright. No, oh my god, they're still coming. So many corpses! Just when I thought it was over, it was not. Alright, now is it over? Nope, there's more. Good lord, I'm not gonna be able to set fire to this pit because they don't stop coming. Here we go. Time to burn.
The dead are crawling out of pits. Why wouldn't they be?
Yeah, why not, right?
We'll have to find them.
And we will. According to the map, the other one's actually close by. I think if we perhaps follow these destroyed ramparts, we may get there. Oh, the dead are rising all around us, so it's definitely a good sign. The best part is that they're still wearing, like, their chest pieces of their armor from when they were human, but they are not wearing pants. So for some reason they were very selective about what armor they brought with them into the afterlife, and it did not include pants. For whatever reason. Okay. Oh yeah, this place is just crawling with undead. Sure why both Vivian and Bull are just standing there, not helping, but that's okay. Me and Varric can handle it, I suppose. Down goes another wave. I think the final... Yep, here we go. Final pit. Got the loot along the way, of course. Let's set this on fire. Barriers can be destroyed with enough of the opposite type of elemental damage. So this must be... Yeah, here we go. Beautiful. And burn! Time for us to blow the signaling horn and let the troops know that we've dealt with the undead. Saw a big horn back here, so presumably this is the one. Okay. Perfect. So looks like people have moved in now on these old destroyed ramparts, and now we need to return to Corporal Rosalind, who we were speaking to earlier.
Free men bastards.
Did you see how they cut through those things? Demons, deserters, rebels, mages. I hate them all.
Hello. It's done.
They did it. I can't believe they retook the ramparts.
By they, you
Maybe
mean
we
me?
got word
Yes.
from the Marshal. But Fort Reverson surrounded by undead and locked down.
So what's going on?
What's happened here?
It started when those freemen showed up. Strange lights, like blue fire. It must be magic. But the freemen are just deserters from the armies. How could they have managed this? And why?
They probably have some powerful benefactor who either A, wants them to succeed, or B, and the more likely option, wants to cause chaos.
I should be going.
Alright, well, for some reason he didn't seem very convinced of our success, but lay rest the western ramparts is now complete, and we are, however, going to enter Fort Reveson, which is what he was complaining about there, which may be the source of all of this. We'll clear out the undead there and see what we can find. Alright, looks like we found Fort Reveson, and there are already some people here. Looks like it might just be the regular Orlesian army being attacked by the Freemen. Not sure, either way. We're here to help, so let's see. You guys alright? Oh, you don't even want to talk to me? Okay, well, you're welcome for, you know, saving your butts. You were totally outnumbered. But that's okay, I don't need a thank you. I'm better than that, I say as I wish they had thanked me. Anywho, it does appear the rumors are true, and that the Freemen are here at Fort Reveson. No sign of undead yet, but I'm sure if we just give it a moment, they will make themselves known. Speak of the devil! They were right around the corner. Okay. You know what to do, gang. Okay. That's it, I think. Looks like there are some more survivors up ahead. Maybe these guys will give me a thank you. Find out once we pick up this 13 gold. Hello? No? No words of thanks? Alright, you're welcome. You're so welcome.
A victory at last!
Oh yeah, victory! Good job, guys. You totally did that all on your own. Okay, so there are actually
Tired of waiting.
still a garrison here in the fort. I thought the fort was completely overrun, but it was just surrounded. Okay, I see. Let's speak to the guy in charge, Marshal
That was a brilliant
Prulix.
show, Inquisitor. My men have barely been keeping the Horde at bay.
Finally, the thank you I deserve.
Marshal of the Grand Duke's forces here in the Dales.
I reclaimed the ramparts.
I've cleared out the dead from the western ramparts.
You did? Maker's breath. There's hope for us if the ramparts have been reclaimed. I'd alert our forces stationed outside the Dales, but the chaos makes it difficult for missives to get through. Demons. Those blasted freemen, or whatever they call themselves.
Free men of the Dales?
I've heard something of the Freemen of the Dales. What do you know about them?
They're a mob of traitors. Too soft for war. Thought it was a skirmish or two, then back for supper. Turns out it wasn't. And off they run to the first person to tell them their tantrums are acceptable. Now they want independence. To establish a new settlement. Ridiculous.
Okay, well, I have important news, because apparently you guys don't know this, but the Civil War, this whole war you're actually fighting, it's over.
The war is over. Gaspard will never be emperor.
What? It can't be over. We can still fight. The throne is Gaspard's by right. No. It is done. And we will face justice for supporting the usurper.
Wow, he came around quick. Okay. I'm glad he's accepted his fate. Hopefully that means all these guys can go home now and they won't have to deal with the freemen or the
I shall take
undead.
my leave.
Be well.
Happy to help in the meantime and clear things out around here. We did our job, we spread the word, we got rid of some undead, and we even leveled up in the process. Alright, so while I mentioned earlier, there are actually a few companion quests that we need to do here in the Exalted Plains, and one of them is for Vivian. If you remember, Vivian asked us previously to bring her the heart of a snowy wyvern, and they can apparently be found here in the Exalted Plains. So I'm not going to let Vivian get out of this unscathed. I actually have her in our party right now so she can help me kill the snowy wyvern. So we're going to head north now and do this.
I'm sure we could get someone to open this passage, if that's what you wanted, dear.
Sounds good to me. As you can see, we just walked by this majestic doggo statue, which immediately drew my eye. And beneath, there's a passage that is blocked, but by locating the passage, we can now do an operation back at the war table to hopefully unblock it and see what's behind Puppy Passage. That's the official name now, Puppy Passage. So next time we're at the war table, we will certainly have to do that. In the meantime, we got wolves. This place, the Exalted Plains is interesting. There's a lot of history here, but it is very dangerous. There are wolves, there are undead, there are rebels. As you can see over here, we got destroyed towns, fade rifts, fire. You name the hazard, we have it here in the Exalted Plains. This looks like it was once a village. Memorials of the Second Exalted March. This is another memorial, Triumph of the Light. Remember the triumph over the profane. Sister Amity led the march to the River Tenser, where stood shrines to the elven gods. These she struck down, chanting upon the banks. She sang the chant of light. Andraste's word had come to the Dales and delivered them from wickedness. These monuments are clearly made by one side of the story, calling the elven gods wicked and justifying their actions, and you could argue that they were sort of the intruders here. But anyway, we're getting one side of the story, and right now, we need to deal with these demons. Ow! A rage demon and a despair demon here at this Fade Rift. It's not making it super easy on us. Let's get wave 2. What do you got for me? So perhaps this village was not destroyed as a result of the war, but as a result of the Fade Rift, to be honest, is what it seems like. I guess it doesn't really matter the source. The TLDR is, as you can see by the fact that I literally just died. This place is full of dangers. Big and small. Pick your poison. Would you like demons, would you like undead, or would you like rebels? Or wildlife. We've seen some of that too.
Better take a closer look.
Oh, sweet, Vivian must have rezzed me. So I'm back. We got 2 more despair demons here. Yeah, this is quite the well-defended rift. Alright. Time to close it up for good. Phew! Let's see, we got the classic loot from a rift, and then it looks like there's also another landmark here. Ville Montevellin. Ville Montevellin was the first settlement humans established in the Dales following the victory of the Exalted March. Soldiers were the earliest residents of the village. In 221 Glory, Sister Amity, champion of the Exalted March, laid the foundation stones of the village chantry in a symbolic gesture. The building's construction was completed in 222. Laying aside her sword and bow, Sister Amity took on the task of leading Ville Montevellin's flock, becoming revered Mother Amity. She served the Maker for over 40 years, ministering to both residents of the Dales and the many pilgrims to the historic site. Revered Mother Amity died peacefully in her sleep in 264. Her ashes are interred in the Chantry's vault, where dozens of pilgrims still come each year to pay their respects. Okay, so this wasn't just a regular village, this was a village of historical significance. That has now been destroyed. I don't even see a chantry around here where Sister Amity's remains may be. There's something here though, because my little compass is blinking. What do we got? This is unrelated, but it's a book. An old journal. Clearly much beloved. I weep at what the armies have done. Ditches scar the landscape. There's fire everywhere. All around is a smell of bitter smoke and spilled blood. I remember coming here as a boy. It was late summer and the plains were bright and golden. The earth was warm and felt like home. All that's gone. My mother said my father was from these parts. She never told anyone but me that he was an elf. Maybe part of me, the elf-blooded part, feels what the Dalish felt for centuries. This is my home. I would give anything to preserve it. I'll go now with the others, but when the war is over, I will return. It will be beautiful again. And over here, got a bottle of gray whiskey. I bet this was a really nice town in its heyday, right on the lake here. All the houses are such beautiful, different colors, very gaudy, very Orlesian. I think we have another landmark just out here, actually. Alongside these statues. Perhaps this is supposed to be Sister Amity? Pont Agur, a plaque on the bridge of Point Agur reads, dedicated to all, elven and human, who lost their lives in the Second Exalted March. Pont Agur was built 100 years after the Exalted March of the Dales. It was named for Mayor Agur of Ville Montevellin, who raised the money to have the bridge built after several villagers drowned in a ferry accident, trying to cross the river swollen after the rains. Some villagers took offense at the dedication message on the bridge, which honors fallen elves as well as humans. Rumors that the mayor was elf-blooded began circulating. He was forced to step down. Aww. It's kind of sad. The bridge is broken now, though. Looks like we can actually unlock another operation.
That's convenient. Someone can fix this, right?
I think so. We'll put in the word. So this was definitely a very interesting little town to stumble into, but now we'll continue on our way, heading north, looking for that snowy wyvern. Okay, according to our mini-map, the wyvern is somewhere here.
Are coming from down there. A rift.
As you can see, this is some sort of fortification that has been overrun with demons. So I think we're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. We might find a wyvern, but we definitely found some demons. We'll see what we can do to help. You're welcome. What is this place? Find out once we claim. Riverside Garrison. This ancient structure has stood since the time of the Elven Kingdom of the Dales. Since then, it has fallen into ruin. No one alive knows for what the elves used it. Grand Duke Gaspard's forces claimed it as an outpost early in the Orlesian Civil War. Okay. What we're doing here? Or of the Grand Duke's forces who have not heard that the Civil War is over. Now, let's see if we can close the rift, if we can find it. And if we can find the wyvern. Okay, heading downstairs. I see an eerie green glow. I have a feeling we might be on the right track. We have ourselves a rift down here? Maybe not. Oh, nope. We got it. I found the source of the demons, everyone. Let me just take care of it real quick. I like how all my companions took the time to actually use the ladder and I just superhero jumped down. I ain't got no time for ladders, guys. Come on. That was a really easy rift to close compared to that last one.
I avoid any job that can turn out like this.
Okay, rift closed, so that should help out the people. We can actually go upstairs and blow the signaling horn to let everyone know that it is all clear. Meantime, we've got some more bottles of Thetis to help us in our quest to collect mysterious liquors from all across the land. But I definitely don't see a wyvern in here. Clearly, it's outside the fort, but I'm glad we came here anyway. We were able to lend a hand. So once we blow that horn, then we can resume our quest. Imagine you're just chilling in this, like, fortification, and then all of a sudden demons start coming out of the basement. That would be quite a shock, I think, when demons just appear in your basement out of nowhere. Alright. Guess we gave everyone the heads up that this place is clear. Some more people saved, and now we continue our hunt. Okay, so, after wandering around for far too long, thank God I can edit that out of the video, I can't find a way to actually get up to where this area is. As you can maybe see here by the terrain of the map, it forms quite a wall. The only way I can think is if we go through this tunnel and then can go around this way. The tunnel that I'm referring to is the puppy tunnel. So, I don't actually think we're going to be able to hunt the wyvern until we go back to the war table and do that operation where we excavate that tunnel. So we may have to put Vivian's hunt on hold for right now. What I would like to do instead to finish up today's episode is head over in the opposite direction to do this quest a Dalish perspective. When we came here first with Solus, we ran into some Dalish elves and there was a Dalish camp nearby. So, perhaps they have some knowledge that they could share with us, or something we can help them with. So, let's switch gears here for a bit, and we'll head over here and do the Dalish Perspective quest. As we were going to meet the Dalish, I figured I'd put Solus back in the party, as he probably would have better relations with Dalish elves than Vivian would. So I came back here to the very beginning camp to switch up our party a little bit, and now we'll head to go see the Dalish elves. Okay, I see the little sails of their wagons up ahead, so I think this might be the Dalish camp here along the river. Good place to camp.
Look, more Dalish.
Lots of Dalish. And lots of quests. Check out how many are now on our mini-map. Here's the Keeper.
These are not good times to come unbidden before the people. My patience is thin, with all that has befallen. Perhaps you should be on your way.
Don't mind Solus, just totally blocking the camera here. I actually met one of your hunters.
I met one of your hunters. continuing to look for a safe route.
I trusted you to pass the message on. That speaks well of you.
What's troubling you?
What has befallen your clan?
The Orlesian War has hindered our progress through the dirt. The armies cause rock slides. They dig ditches that trip the Hala and destroy the Arvils, making passage impossible. Precisely when the clan needs him most, my first, Tavin, defies my wishes and mounts an excursion to the Emerald Graves.
Oh, thank you,
Now,
Solus,
I've
for
learned that
moving.
The grounds of Bar Balanaris are infested by angry spirits from the beyond.
I could help with that.
I can deal with that for you.
My clan and I would be deeply grateful if you could, and be mindful of the resting places of our dead. Bar Balanaris is sacred ground.
Why do you refer to this place as the Dearth?
Why do elves call this plain the Dearth?
When the people settled here,
Oh!
they called it Dearth
Oh!
Baron.
Oh! That person just zoomed into frame and is merged with the Keeper.
Still the dirt to us. Even if the Shemlin
Okay,
give it a name
bye.
that recalls our destruction.
Alright, I'll see what I can do to help.
Another time.
That gave us a few quests. Next we can speak to Itherin
Please don't
here.
get too close to the Hannah. They're unused to strangers.
I'm real close to one though. Look at his cute little face. Distance keeps us strangers.
If I never get close, we'll always be strangers.
This is a great view of the Hala, actually.
True indeed. May I ask, traveling these plains, have you come across a golden Hannah? I fear human soldiers may kill her. If she would only draw close, I could gain her trust. I could protect her.
A golden Hala? Hanal Galan?
I've heard of a golden hala. You call it Enagilan, the Pathfinder.
You have heard the legend. I'm amazed. Yes. Some of us believe she comes to the people in times of great need.
Why would soldiers kill her? I don't even need to ask that question. We know why. They see something shiny, they want it for themselves.
Why do you think soldiers hunt your hala?
Pelts and horns sell for gold in gem markets, I hear. And if they were golden.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I'll keep an eye out.
Goodbye then.
And we got one more quest over here with Nissa.
Elkanan, the stores are so low.
You look troubled.
You seem troubled.
It's nothing. Just our stores. With the Shem War and the demons, replenishing them has been difficult. For one, we're almost out of herbs, and we lack materials to repair the Arivals. I don't even remember. There's so much we're missing. It's all written in my ledger.
Okay. So I guess we're gonna read her ledger, because she couldn't read it out to us. What do we got? Spindleweeds getting scarce. That's it? That's the only thing you're missing? You made it sound like a lot more than that, Nissa, but alright, I'll keep an eye out for some spindleweed.
You were the one they called the Herald of Andraste. I've heard so much about you and your Inquisition. There's talk, even amongst the Dalish.
People talk about me?
Ah, talk. What do they say exactly?
Mostly they say that you're very large. No matter what they say. Your Inquisition is the only thing trying to help the world. I wish I could be a part of that.
Sounds like a volunteer.
It won't happen. Keeper Howen won't allow it. He doesn't trust anything to do with the Chantry or Andraste.
I could try to convince him.
I could try to convince your keeper.
You could try.
Alright, I'll go try.
I'll take my leave.
I love how talk around the Dalish camps is about how big I am. When with me and Bull marching into camp, it's probably quite the sight to see. So, if I help out the clan with all of their tasks, we can earn enough favor with the Dalish to recruit Lorinil to our cause, and one more hand is always good. So guys, we explored a lot of the Exalted Plains today. We clearly have some passageways that we can't access yet, but I'm going to head to the Warborg now and get those started. So when we meet back here next time, we have even more of this area to explore. We're going to need to help the Dalish, and then go ahead and do all the other things that we were going to do here as well. So lots to do here in the Exalted Plains. Thanks everyone so much for watching today's episode. I truly appreciate it. And I hope I see you again soon. Except Keeper wants to chat with me. Keeper, it's the end of the episode. Didn't you hear?